Hey guys, thanks for joining us here on the Turbo Duo. Sal here with you guys in the Turbo Duo studios. We've got a little unboxing here that I want to share with you. Nope, it is not from the Prime Pantry. This is actually from the most magical place on earth, and that is eBay. That's where all good things come from, I think. So just going to do a little unboxing for you. We've got some goodies in this box here, and I want to share them with you guys. So right off the bat, what I want to say, whenever you get a package or you're shipping something, make sure you pack it well, especially if it includes what's inside of here, which is an actual game box, like a system box or a peripheral box. You never want to put tape on that box itself. Of course, you guys know that, but I actually let the seller know specifically, don't put any tape on the box. Don't put any tape on this box, because the box is kind of what has all the value. So they were actually really good about that. So first thing, and I'm going to stand up so you're not going to see my face, but whenever you're unboxing something like this, if you ever get something that is that special where you want to be careful, you want to be careful of what's inside, use something like a pair of scissors like this, and just very lightly, don't use a knife and jag it in there. Just use a knife and just to preface with you guys here, I actually have opened this before, so I'm not trying to pull any trickery. My son saw this package come in, and if you've got kids, anytime a package comes in from Amazon or eBay, your kids are all over it, wanting to open it. You might actually hear Rupi here crying because he wants me to open it right away. So we'll get to it. But anyways, I have seen this, but I wanted to box it up because I think it's fun to open up boxes. So when you open up boxes like this, and I'm going to stand up again here, you just want to take a pair of scissors and you want to just very lightly just kind of like cut at the tape. If you guys can see this, just cut at the tape line and just ever so lightly open it up. There's usually a flap on the inside that you can kind of feel around for, but don't even go that deep. Just try to get the tape layer, and then on the same side over here, just very lightly just kind of go in there with a nice sharp razor or a pair of scissors and have your way at it. So right off the bat, when I saw this, I thought it was pretty cool. So if you look in here, you can see that they've actually gone through the length of putting extra plastic bags to sort of protect the top of the device that's in here. So you kind of peel away from this here, and right off the bat you can see packing peanuts kind of coming off the side here. So this is actually kind of neat, because what they did is they used these packing peanuts and kind of protected the outside of the box here a little bit. And if you guys have keen eyes, you might be able to see right through what's in here. But so they use the packing peanuts, so when this gets jostled around in transit, it's not going to destroy the box that's inside of here. So, and there's actually a couple games in here too. So the first game we got is Sega Rally Championship. Now, this is a game I already have, but it came with the auction, so I said, well, why not? If I can either resell it or keep it as a second copy. It's in great condition. It's got the manual and everything. So everything looks good in there. And this is one of those games that had that special metallic Sega Saturn look. I think Virtua Fighter had that too. Or Virtua Fighter 2 had that as well. I'm not sure if anything else had it. And then, this is kind of funny. We've got Daytona USA, the long box. Now, I've never owned the long box. I've only had the not-for-resale copy, because that was the copy that I got when I got my Saturn originally. But what was funny about it is I opened it, and the first thing I saw was this, X-Men Children of the Atom. So they took Daytona USA, and it's actually Daytona USA that's in here. They even got the foam, which is really nice. But then they put it inside of an X-Men Children of the Atom backing. So, of course, now I've got to find a backing to Daytona USA, shrug, and I don't have X-Men Children of the Atom, so I have the backing. Now I got to try to find maybe a manual and a loose disc. So the adventure continues, and they tied it up really nice. All right, this is not working well. Let me just rip that bag open. And as you guys can see here, This is the Sega Saturn arcade racing wheel. One of the only first-party racing wheels to ever actually be sold. Sega had one for the SG-1000 in Japan, and this actually originally was in development for the Genesis when Virtua Racing was going to be coming out for that platform, but it was too late, and it ended up coming out and actually is compatible with Virtua Racing for Sega Saturn. One of the first analog controllers to exist, especially racing controllers. And it's got a pretty cool tilt feature, so it tilts up and back. You can also take it, as they show on the box, you can actually pull the steering wheel up and out a little bit. I've seen a lot of people like to hold this sort of in their lap and kind of race that way. I had it I used to own one of these, and I would play with it on top of a countertop, and the grips actually hold pretty well. It's got a metal bottom, I believe, if I can remember correctly. So just a kind of a really neat piece of history, and one of the last boxed Sega Saturn peripherals that I did need. Go ahead and open this up for you guys in a second here. But yeah, it advertises Daytona USA, Virtua Racing as the initial two games, and then it was also compatible, and actually most of the racing games are compatible if they're compatible with the analog racing controller, also the 3D gamepad. But there's a couple games that aren't, and one of them is Hang On 95. And supposedly that game controls a heck of a lot better. It actually makes that game playable. You can't play that game with the 3D analog pad. So that's one of the games where I'm kind of interested to try this thing out and actually see how it fares. I've also heard that Cyber Speedway functions a lot better with this. So there's a few different areas where it kind of has merit. I just love it for the box and the nostalgia that comes with it. There's an EB Electronics Boutique sticker for $80 there, $79.99, which ironically is almost what I paid for this thing. But these things are going for about $50, $40 to $50 loose. So I really feel like I got a steal on this. You just got to watch those auctions and see, find the ones that are great deals and go for them, sort of. And this is what this sucker looks like. It's a real tall peripheral. So you've got some paddles here, and you've got the face controllers. It doesn't have L and R technically, but I think the paddle controllers sort of function that way. And then there's a locking and unlocking feature on the back. So once you've got the controller where you want it, you can lock it, put it in position. You need to unlock it like that, and then you can move this thing down or up. That doesn't sound great. And then also you can take it, unlock it here. There's a locking mechanism right here, and you can pull it up, push it back in. I actually kind of like it a little bit further out. I think that's actually I don't know, it feels good having it a little bit extended. But yeah, just a really neat controller. Just Sega was crazy around this time. They did anything and everything. It's kind of what makes them so novel. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing here. Let us know if you liked it, and please check out our podcast that we have. We have podcasts coming out generally 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and our next one coming up is one that's really special. So like and subscribe, and let us know what you guys want to see on the podcast, on the channel, and we'd love to bring that to you guys. So have a great night. Take care.